probably, but it'll probably... I'll go away because they probably won't do it when I talk. Come on. Come on. What do you want? Come on.
Is it time for show, dogs? Is it time for show? Huh? That was scary.
Okay, move over that way a bit more. Yeah, point it to the dogs. I'll try and get... point it over here.
Oh, this is crap.
Oh, they've got some good fun.
There's Paul Browning up on the wall.
Paul Browning. There's a guitar pick if you want. What's that?
Don't look too long. We're not here to slag, we're here to sell pills.
Okay, hang on a second.
More about me.
I just need a general idea. I'm rolling now, so could one of you please
Okay.
tell me where we are and what this place means to the southern music scene?
Here we are, three of the surviving members of the Unknown Blues outside the Musos Club. We're waiting to be invited in. I don't know if it's going to happen, but you know, I think this is pretty much the establishment headquarters of the Southland music scene. They've given us a nice write-up in their book, but yeah, I'm very grateful for that. But I've never been in there, so I can't say much about this. But we were never really part of the scene, inverted commas.
I think it's probably a statement that people that have never got out of Invercargill, that have spent their life playing music probably for 30 or 40 years, that they've got somewhere that they can gather, and
that's great.
They put their photos on the walls and they give themselves certificates and accolades and things because they've survived 40 years in Invercargill or something, and because we live in Australia, I guess we're not part of it.
Yeah.
Better
Well,
be
Barry
it,
lives here. He should
Barry,
be.
Barry should be part of it, but
no, I like different music. I've got too many records to listen to.
There are plenty of your contemporaries from the 60s on the walls here. Can you describe for me the sort of bands that they typically were and how they appeared and how they differed from you?
they all look like plastic bands. They're all dressed up in the same
Can I
style
get you
of
to
suit.
start by the other bands, the other local bands from the 60s?
The other local bands from the 60s, they look very homogenised. They're all the same. You could just have a dozen different bands and pick people from different bands and place them into different groupings, and all the suits would suit. Like they'd all fit in. The hairstyles would fit in. The guitars would fit in. All Fenders. The little steps they were doing, the harmonies, everything fits in. It was just as if the top 20 stuff that's being played on the radio, these bands, to be fair to them, they were playing dances and the young people wanted to hear what the current music was off the radio, so they were all doing covers of the top 20 and all this kind of stuff, whereas we were doing music that we wanted that you never ever heard on the radio apart from the Rolling Stones. So I just think they look very synthetic. I don't know what you think.
Well, you've said it all.
Yeah.
I'll agree. I'll give it a tick. No, I don't.
Dave, you've said to me on a couple of occasions you like the fact that we're making this documentary because it's never really received official acknowledgement. Can I get you to make that?
I'm very happy this documentary on the Unknown Blues is being made because we were very, very much a big part of the Invercargill music scene. At the particular time we were around, we made our mark, but we've never been acknowledged too much in any, you know, patting on the back or awards or plaques. And I never entered music to do that, but I just think it's fantastic that the Unknown Blues are having a doco made on them, and I haven't seen one on any of those other bands, so there you go, fellas.
Although, to be honest, I don't know of any other. I don't know of any other Invercargill bands that have been published in an American book.
Oh, righto.
Remember that one that in the States that they did a write-up of us?
Oh, out of San Diego, was it?
Yes.
One of Johnny Mike Stax's
on
book.
the pretty things and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right. So Invercargill got a mention in that.
Yes. So we're doing okay.
And that finger wasn't at you, Simon. It really wasn't.
Barry, you live here. Do you have anything to do with this, or old musicians from back in the era? What's your relationship like with people you remember from back in the day?
I don't really remember too many of them. Oh, I've been here a few times. I know Bob Daly and Trevor Daly. I can't think of too many others.
What
to be
about
honest.
Jim Kirkpatrick?
Oh,
Jim would go there,
Jimmy
great saxophonist.
Jimmy doesn't really come here either.
Okay.
He's sort of in the Unknown Blues style.
What about Fred Lawnmower?
I haven't seen him since 1929.
He's got a lawnmower mowing business.
But to be fair, the Southland music scene was quite strong.
It was.
It
Yes.
was as strong as anywhere in the country. So let's
Totally.
make that point, to be fair.
Okay.
Whoever would like to.
Oh, okay. Well, there was always a lot of music in Southland, and in the 60s, I mean, I travelled right through the country because I did an apprenticeship, and they'd sent me up to a printing school in Auckland for 3 weeks every year, and I'd stop off in Wellington, Auckland and Eden, Christchurch and that on the way. The Invercargill music scene was strong. There was lots of good players, and it was great to be part of it. But it was always a strong music scene, and the gigs were well supported, weren't they? We played to lots of people, and so did everyone.
When you imagine that there were 3 music shops in town at the time, and you can walk into a music shop and you could pick up a Gibson or a Fender or any make of guitar, and the music shops were making a killing. One of the guys who owned a music shop used to put on big parties at Christmas for all the young guys because he knew they'd get half plastered and probably order a new Fender or something. Yeah, so we were spending a lot of money on instruments, and
But we weren't alone, were we?
No, but for a town this size to be able to support 3 music shops selling good equipment, there must have been dozens and dozens of young people buying guitars and sets of drums and organs and things. And on any Saturday night, you could pick up the paper and there would be at least 3 or 4 dances or gigs on. And often on a Friday, sometimes on a Saturday, but you had a choice of places to go, which is pretty good for the size.
And that's just in Invercargill.
Just in Invercargill.
The towns on the outskirts like Gore and Wyndham and everywhere, Riverton, Flex, all of that.
They
all had dances because we would play at some of them sometimes.
Yes, yeah.
You know, so it went through country Southland as well.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, great. I'm happy with that. So you're not panning, are you? Because I am. Don't pan. Okay, go for it, guys.